Hello, I'm going to try now and explain the mood board that's in front of you. We thought we'd do this by doing it as a movie because it leaves it less open to interpretation. So Gaurav, once you've seen this or you've shown it to colleagues, you can come back to me and let me know what you think. Now there's quite a lot of stuff on this screen as you can see, but I'm going to talk you through it briefly as to how I see it working. We've looked at Futureworks, and the works part of it has always been seen to us as being quite important. We've then taken that and used some quite strong typography, stencil-based typography, big slab serifs, and things which are representative of a factory-like feel. You'll see here it says storage, zone, and on. These would have been done using stencils, spray-through stencils, which we've seen on the inside of a factory. You also see these warning symbols, which we thought with the use of the numbers that you can see here would be great for different sections of, say, the website. Things here, again, under construction, people working. They have a very sort of tongue-in-cheek humour as well. Nothing could be further from the sparks and welding and sheet metal, which is post-production. And so there's a certain irony in the robustness of the way we're looking at the identity compared to what it is you actually do. Again here, these yellow and black stripes that get painted onto overhead girders and things also work very well, and again you'll see some stencil type here. Let's move directly above that. You'll see here with this number 5, we've chosen again a very thick typeface, but it's actually on metal with rivets down the side of it. So again, very, very strong. We've also looked at the three-dimensional element. You'll see in here some ideas for Futureworks logos starting to come in, trying to give it a sort of very dynamic and 3D feel. This has been done in a number of workings. You'll see it in a single line, you'll see it in 2 lines, and it's been drawn from inspiration from old posters where that type is being seen to sort of punch through. This can also be used on things like interior and exterior signage. Here you'll see on an exterior sign for Lever Brothers of Lever House, slightly raised lettering. Okay, not as raised or as three-dimensional as we've done the Futureworks, but nonetheless underpinning the link between the two. You'll see here, as a post-production suite or suites tend to be very dark in places, the use of up or down lighters to highlight type which may be on the wall. It may be either embossed or debossed to give us certain points of view. Moving down here, again, numbers which are constructed in a factory-like way. We've looked at those which are constructed and deconstructed from various straight and curved elements. Below that, again, some very, very robust and bold type, which works very well with the template style of the Futureworks name. Moving across to the bottom left-hand side, we've done a lot more with grids. You'll notice in the background here that again, construction, grids, they all work together. We have a grid working in the background of this corner of the screen, and we've placed elements over the top of that. And you'll see here, this number here, 1000, is again made out of a grid. You'll see here there are these yellow and black striped lines again. There are grid sections around typography. There are right angles that are set around subheadings and headings, and also a lot of use of black and things boxed into black. This brings us across here to another treatment we've used with the Futureworks logo, which is taking that heavy black and filling it with something which would be a very bright colour. We would suggest again potentially using fluorescent colours. When you look at things like safety jackets and safety harnesses and things like that, they would always be very ballsy colour workings. In here you'll find it difficult to see on here, but you'll see it in the logo presentation. We've also put a subline in here which is better seen on the ones which are in fluorescent blue, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent pink and fluorescent green. We've gone for, say, digital, post, archive and broadcast. We don't know yet where Futureworks is going to manifest itself as a group, but we've at least made an attempt to show you how within some of these initial workings and logos you could show that happening. This is a Pantone book section down the left hand side. Again, fluorescents do not come across well when printed out on a simple 4-colour machine, or if they're being demonstrated to you as I'm doing here. But we're talking about bright and fluorescent potential colours with black, as can be seen up here. You can see they still work if they're solidly in colour without them being black, but the mixture of the two works very, very well. We've also looked at copy, where we can take this 3-dimensional letter form and use what's called a dropped cap. We can use it in colour, we can use it in black. It looks very effective. And you can see here from this little technical drawing, which I think is demonstrating filling up a cup of some sort, that the black, the stark black against the bright fluorescent colour works very, very well. This can also be seen over here where you see the word break. That's actually fluorescent orange sitting on black. I think even in here we were supposed to represent probably fluorescent blue and fluorescent orange sitting on black there. But it just underpins the idea of bright colours and black. Also, one of the key things, you know, the Futureworks logo, although 3D here, is boxed. And one of the things that adds to that technical look and feel is when you box the type. You'll see in here, whether it's through a key line or through an actual box, this has a nice constructed feel to it. Hacienda was, in fact, in Manchester. It was actually a factory, which became both a record label and a club. And they used very much robust type and blocked-in typography to represent that. You'll see also above that we've got some blocked-in typography up here, and again some stripped-in blocked type, which again is in a template style. The grid feature we talked about has shown its way through here with some of the features that we've picked from other work found. You'll notice this gridded pattern is working on the inside of a restaurant. It's working as a frieze across the walls. You've got these crosshairs here, which again link with the grids that you see against these headlines. And the grids here all change running down. You could have a multitude of grids, but grids mean construction, construction means building, factory. You know, whether you're building a portfolio of work or building in the way we're showing here, I think it works very, very well. We've also demonstrated this typography taken out of the grid. It's the same type used here for the word break as it is used here, 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 here and here, and also across to the right. And we've tried to link the elements of the grid and the type together. We've also kept in a couple of the silhouettes. You'll see this is a man using some sort of surveying equipment, but it could be a man using a camera. We have this crane thing, and we also have this crane thing here working with this constructed type. So we're not suggesting that we have cranes and things within the site. What we're saying is, through abstract representation, you know, the lines that work between the parts of this crane are represented also here in the grids that you see throughout this presentation. Again, if you even go in close and look at this thing here, it says meeting room and communications room, you will find the grid that's here utilised in there. Little crosshairs. Everything here has that construction feel. It is 3-dimensional. It is there, it is robust. In the same way that we've looked at the under construction page for the site before it goes live. I hope that gives you an indication of the way we're looking and feeling. One of the other things I would suggest is we think that we could even have some real elements somewhere. This is actually a photograph of a sign that says people working. We may be able to use signs in the real world rather than, as we have here, graphical symbols or stickers. But I think you can probably get the gist now of how this thing can work with the numbers for the sections, for the titles, for the logo, for the grids and typography. So I appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much.